O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of Queen Latifah's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till she appears and the soul felt its worth. A new of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Take it, Jade.
Whoa, whoa, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha. Whoa, whoa, ha, ha.
Whoa, ha. Whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, ha.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, we need to make a Christmas album.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a Christmas of Wohahas.
I'm not opposed to that, actually.
I cannot wait to piss off
the Christian quotient.
Oh, you want to see a Christian quotient picture?
Oh no.
We can put it in the it's a little BTS for you all. Wrong show, but still. But it is the Christian quotient like a motherfucker.
Oh, it definitely is.
I'll send
Jay
it to
looks
Nasha
saved.
with a grill. Yeah. I was trying to give church.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. Is Jade and XD. We are in person. I am in Brooklyn. You know, it's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time.
But you know, we still here and things. Yeah, I was here for the Read Live and here to do some work and all that good stuff and see the homies. And
we just ate jerk chicken.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Noah is crunk for Christ that your girl. She came in yesterday. Where's XD? And I was like, all right, it's tomorrow.
Yes.
That's why you can't tell kids shit.
Yes. I'm gonna harass her about Roblox and everything.
Oh God, please don't.
And dance.
Yes, dance.
But yeah, how was your week? How are things?
I'm so happy to be together.
I know.
Together.
I know. It's together again 3. 'Cause this is our 3rd time we've done this
I don't know.
since I moved.
Really, that's it?
Because the first one, it was the variety show, so that doesn't count.
No, in 2020, I don't think we saw each other. Well, we did see each other in 2020 before you left. And then we didn't. Oh, that's a lie, because I came to LA.
Yeah, that's what I was like. We did the variety, and then we did. But
we didn't record in person when I came at the end of 2020.
No.
That was for me and Santana's dinner pickup. And then I came for the variety show.
And then we recorded another time. Oh, when you were on tour for Heinz.
Yes, when I came for Heinz. Damn, there was no time in between that?
There may have been. Yes, there was, because we recorded out of the Airbnb.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so this is a...
So we're averaging about once a year. That's terrible. For somebody who used to live 5 minutes away from me, that's fucking awful.
I know, and we talk just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
Hopefully you all are enjoying your weekend stuff. Shout out to those who we saw at the Read Live. That was a time.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
You know, shout out to our brother and sister Fury and Crystal for celebrating 11 years.
Yes, 11 años.
big things are going. So, you know, good for them.
Yeah, we're proud of you all.
Yeah. But I would ask, like, how was your week? What would you do?
But we were together.
We were together.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just
talk
and recap. I will say, I'll get into like my what I was going to tell you about New York City since I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
But it has been great to be here, but I am ready to go home.
No, that's real. That's real.
And not in a sense of like general, I miss my bed, I miss my family, that kind of thing. It's, New York is a very different place than when I left it. And like, for example, today I said, this morning I'm going to get up and I'm going to go get bacon, egg, and cheese. But specifically from a place in the Lower East Side that I used to go to every day when I worked on Stanton Street.
Okay. I
go there, ass crack in the morning, like, not ass crack, but it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Get on the train from where I am staying, go there. They had, first of all, they changed the signage and everything. So I was like, oh, shit. Okay, they done got this new owners.
New management.
Right. So, but then I walked in, and the lady was still there, this Latino lady, and I was like, okay, whew, recipes are still here. I was like, can I get the X, Y, and Z? She was like, no, we changed suppliers. We don't have the egg rolls anymore. We don't have, like, smoked Gouda here. And I was just like...
Okay, what kind of fucking supplier did you all change
Exactly. I was like, so did y'all just stop fucking with Boar's Head? I don't know. But...
Or food?
Yeah.
Because smoked Gouda's not even like, it's not even...
Right. So I was just highly, like, disappointed. But then I took a walk on Delancey Street, right? And when I tell you Delancey looks like Wall Street, I was like, this is fucking crazy.
It's crazy because there's a movie theater, there's a Trader Joe's now.
Which is so wild because I know everybody who lives there is going to be haunted for the rest of their lives because, remember, all of that used to be like housing projects. They have, moved people. Pause. Did you see today what they did? They federally indicted 60 MFs who work for NYCHA. For being for
being generally awful people.
Yes.
Good.
Taking money, prioritizing certain groups of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People who like to dig tunnels underneath buildings.
Yeah, because if you go into the PJs, it is niggas. It's Latino niggas.
Yeah.
And it's tunnel diggers.
Yeah. The tunnel diggers is where it's
Especially in Brooklyn. Especially in Brooklyn. You go uptown, it's more.
Yeah.
But
and then it's also an affect of still we're living in Giuliani's New York, and it's been so far removed.
We're living in Giuliani's country because did you see what happened to LA?
What happened now?
Oh, what happened to you little leaves? The greatest graffiti project
downtown.
of all time.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, there's a high rise. They're building these luxury high rise buildings. There's two of them.
Yeah, mind you, next door to it is where those two models that were abducted and killed.
I don't know nothing about that, but let's come back to it.
Yeah, two black women, sisters who killed, get on it. Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay, pause.
Pause. Yes.
So there's two luxury buildings. Well, they ran out of money, the developers, and so they ran out of money, abandoned the project. So it's now we all know that there is a housing crisis in the world, but there's a housing crisis in this country.
Yep.
And really centrally located in LA, New York, San Francisco, all over, but these are like the main hubs of houseless issues. So they abandoned the project, and some wonderful project managers of the street organized graffiti artists. I don't know how many of them there was. They did a Banksy. And they went to how many floors was that? That thing looked like 40-something floors, maybe.
It's very tall.
It's tall as fuck.
I would say it's no less than 20.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
And they went and tagged every floor, every window, every side of that building. And now the police are parked downstairs the whole time. But
now at 3:30, street art or an eyesore? City leaders are taking action to prevent taggers from targeting a vacant luxury high-rise in downtown Los Angeles. Police have made at least 2 arrests, but the graffiti has not.
Yeah, that shit was funny to me. I was like, that's how you come together.
Yeah.
We could just do that with the landlords.
Yeah. And people are on the fence. You know how people are real stank and weird about graffiti art. I think it's art and I think it's great. My always concern about graffiti artists is the safety of them, right? Like,
okay, yes,
you know,
y'all don't have the proper toolage.
No,
for that.
like y'all are just doing all this
like,
scaling buildings.
Like, how did you niggas get up there?
Yeah, that's the concerning part. But that's what the fuck they get. Like, LA is filled. Hell, New York City too is filled with these abandoned buildings, or for these billionaires who've ran out of money, DK, and are just abandoning the buildings until they get money, and then they.
And you know where they're getting the money? They're getting the money from our tax dollars.
Yes,
and they're making it seem like it's going into government housing and funding and so forth and so on. But they are corrupting our tax dollars, as we've always known, and using them for these luxury buildings when they quote unquote run out of money, and so. They tried to say that, the neighborhood is changing and the neighborhood is that y'all are changing the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. This is on you all. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be, there should be no billionaires. There should be no billionaires. Period.
Yeah, once you achieve a certain amount of wealth, you can't do that without blood on your hands.
No, absolutely not. There's no ethical billionaires.
And yeah, there's none. Absolutely not. That includes you too, Michael Jordan.
Don't come in my fucking comments talking about, what about Oprah? Nope, it's not her either.
And you know,
she's boot scooting boogieing through fucking Hawaii.
First, Oprah thinks she a hot girl now.
Yo, Kia said, because
she installed that pony and got that Ozempic on tap.
And did you see her dancing? Did you see her dancing to who was that?
Miley Cyrus.
Yes, because that's everybody's jam. And she stood up there.
And she finally knew the words to the song because she don't know the words. That's how you know. That's Miley Cyrus. We've had issues in the past, but that's a great song.
No, it's a very good song. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And I didn't realize it's about her nigga that did her wrong.
I figured it was about a nigga who did her husband.
Her ex nigga, yeah, one of the Hemsworth niggas that she was married to, and
Chris Hemsworth. She was
Liam, his brother.
She was one of the Hemsworths.
Yeah, yes, did her wrong. And I didn't know her daddy was nasty, and that's why they don't fuck around.
Hold on, because I know we wasn't gonna talk about the Grammys.
Yeah, I know.
But we specifically noticed when she got up there as cosplaying as Vanessa Williams. Because Fury said,
yeah, she did.
Fury said, "Is that Vanessa Williams? That's Miley Cyrus." But as she got up there cosplaying as Vanessa Williams, she thanked her mother. She thanked all these people. She never thanked Achy Breaky Heart.
No.
So he's nasty?
He married someone who is younger than his daughter, who he met on the set of his daughter's show, Hannah Montana.
What in the groom?
That's disgusting.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's nasty.
That also reminds me, I need to tell you this rabbit hole I went down with Mary Kay Letourneau.
Oh, wait, that's the one with the little Filipino.
Yeah, the teacher who married her student. She's dead now.
She's dead, and he
is fucked up.
He's very fucked up, but he's like, being an adult now, raising his children, he recognizes that this is crazy.
Yeah, but it took him like decades and a death, and finally to realize I'm raising teenage daughters, and I wouldn't want that shit to happen to them.
Like, imagine their teacher grooms them.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's fucking wild.
Okay, wait, so what, did you find something new out that we don't know? Wait, should we pay bills?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yes, let's pay some bills first. Thank you for watching and listening and tuning in every damn week. We totes appreciate it.
We do.
But to continue on, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. about us. Love us out loud. It's time.
It is.
We're
10 years.
Yeah. You could love us out loud. You don't have to keep the secret anymore. The secret's out. Oh, crash cut.
They treating us like
DL, like
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Like Love After Lockup.
Yeah. So tell everybody about us, and includes leaving a comment and rating us 5 stars wherever you listen, because that
4 or
definitely
3,
helps us.
useless.
Yeah. Subscribe to us on the Patreon, where you can see the visuals. In total, I believe this episode will be free in total facing, because we're covering Love After Lockup this week. So, and it's the season finale,
Hopefully.
and we get to it. This episode will be free, so you can see everywhere, since we're together and all that good stuff, and watch it on YouTube and blah 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 blah. And but in general, Patreon is a good time. We did not announce this before, but we can say this now. We are watching Being Bobby Brown for the month of February.
It's Black History Month.
And when I tell you, it is amazingly sad.
I only watched 1 episode so far.
It is hilarious and very, very sad. And some insight. Apparently there was another reality show that's recent where they cover the death of Bobby Jr. and LaPrincia got married.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I remember Bobby had twins, but Bobby Sr. had twins with the new wife.
That's right.
Because that's around the time he came up with that barbecue sauce, which I owned, by the way. Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
Oh yes, it's quite delicious. I wish he was still making it.
But you told me that should I say this out loud?
I will say, compared for celebrity barbecue sauces, like I liked Khaleesi's kind of, but I enjoyed Bobby's. It's very classic Uncle
Wait, was
barbecue
hers in a store?
Yeah.
Oh wait, what? Bounty and Full was in a store?
Mm-hmm.
Because I like her products. I'm not gonna lie, they take a long time to come. But I
purchased it at Gelson's. So
okay,
maybe that was like a whites only store. So if you go to Whole Foods and stuff, they probably have it there.
I will also say this: if you order any Bounty and Full, the reason it does take a while to come is because everything is handmade. Mm-hmm. Like it's all like we're watching her make it on her farm. Yeah. So yeah. And if you all are ordering stuff right now, well, we all see that she's in Africa. Yeah. So don't expect your order in 4 to 6 business days. Yeah. Where my order at? I'm like, girl, because the olives are harvesting. Relax. Right. Relax. Right. I was just kidding.
But support us on the Patreon. Also on YouTube, since you can see this episode for free. It's on YouTube. Free 99, freer than you and me. Mm-hmm. And it's a great way to support the show and see all the other content we have. 90 Day Fiancés in there. I'm assuming that's going to start back up since we're going to be in a lull of some other programming, right?
Mm-hmm. And spring is coming.
This also means Survivor starts in 2 weeks. That's
when does Handmaid's Tale, the final season, come back? Probably fall because of the strike and stuff. Yeah. That also reminds me, Abbott Elementary returns this week. Yes, it does.
So tune in, ABC or Hulu next day.
Yes.
But anywho, we're here to chat with you all for the next hour and change about possibly Life After Lockup, the season finale. Other shit that may come up because it's just one of those days and we're here.
But it's just one of those days.
Until
we're on a period.
Yeah, that. Let's take a break and we'll be back with more of us. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, Jaden X Universe. I got to be real with you. I talk about this every week. I stopped cooking and now I fully use Factor. Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals make eating better every day easy. Wherever tomorrow takes you, be ready with pre-prepared, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. And you'll have over 35 different options a week to choose from, including keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more. And there's even more to enjoy with 55 nutrition-packed add-ons that help make your weekly meal planning even more delicious. What are you waiting for? Get started today and have a feel-good week of meals ready to go. I'm telling y'all, I firmly use this. I cannot stress how easy this is. 2-minute meals, y'all. 2-minute meals. Fuel up fast with Factor's restaurant quality meals that are ready to heat and eat wherever you are. Like, honestly, you know, sometimes you get other stuff and it tastes frozen. This is not frozen. This is fresh to your door, fresh restaurant quality, like, and also rivaling some quality restaurants. And they have snacks, smoothies, and more. Discover a wide variety of easy options for the entire day, like breakfast, midday bites, and more. I personally love the keto cheesecake. I don't know about y'all, but cheesecake is my weakness, and they do an amazing cheesecake. And there's no prep, no mess meals. Factor meals are 100% ready to heat and eat, so there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. You know. That's what I signed up for. So head to factormeals.com/JXD50 and use code JXD50 to get 50% off. That's code JXD50 at factormeals.com/JXD to get 50% off. 50% off. What are you waiting for? Sign up now. Hello, everybody. So let me just make it plain and simple for you all, because life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? And the money you earn could be in your hands today with Earnin. Now, Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. And, you know, you just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Super easy to do. And then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. It's really cool. So, like, say for example, like, rent is due and, you know, you don't have the coinage just yet, but Friday is like a couple of days away and you could just like hold on. And Earnin can definitely help you out with that. It'll just, you take what you need and they'll automatically repay it from your paycheck, and it's a great deal. And make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind. Trust me, I have been there. I am a Earnin user. I've used Earnin in the past, and Earnin has helped me plenty, especially with New York City rent being out of control and you not necessarily not having the coin right then and there. Earnin saved the day, okay? Saved the doll many times. So download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN in the Google Play or App Store by Apple. When you download the Earnin app, type in Jade XD under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Jade XD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. And Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolved Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Download Earnin today.
The era of global warming has ended. The era of global boiling has arrived. The air is unbreathable, the heat is unbearable, and the level of fossil fuel profits and climate inaction is unacceptable.
And we're black. We're here in person talking to you all, just having a chat, you know, laid back on a Waukesha leather. I've been fully invested in the downfall that nobody really is paying attention to of the city girls?
You know, I didn't know there was a downfall, but I noticed there was a lull.
Yes, and so you when Commander Diddy,
I'm
speaking
sorry.
of Handmaid's Tale,
I'm sorry.
Commander Puffy
I'm sorry.
decided to defect and go rogue.
Because of Puffy is so crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know it's
yeah.
not a laughing matter, but that is like a perfect
Commander Puffy, I'm telling you, he is
of Diddy, of Puffy, of
yeah,
Sean, of
yeah. So like,
Satan.
well, first of all, before I talk about JT, because I would never do this in reality, but so Carisha finally released, like, she's doing her own solo thing. JT came out first, but she's doing her own thing. It's got visuals and stuff.
Okay.
And you know, the whole time, you know what I was looking for the whole time in this video?
White toenails.
Her fingernails. And you know, she has them in a couple of the scenes.
No, she's been having them. Mm-hmm. Now, granted,
I too
white
have had white
toenails.
toenails and fingernails at one point in time.
I'm not even going to say that I don't have mother of pearl toenails right
But
now.
that's not the point. The point is what we know.
What we know. Because I'm not affiliated with that nigga.
No.
What we know.
Is what we
Is
know.
what we know.
And
We know
we
what
can
we know, if
apply
you know
what
what I mean.
Exactly. And we can apply that to that. But if you've noticed, they have slowly started, JT and Carisha have slowly taken shots at each other.
Oh, no, I've not noticed.
So if you listen to, there's the song called Sideways that JT came out with the other day, right after Hiss, which shout out to the
Megan.
Stallion.
Oh, Meggie Pooh.
Yeah, she got a number 1 over Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear said, I'm going number 1. She debuted at number 8.
That's 7 down.
Yeah. Child, even that Make Me Water song was charting higher than her.
I hope
And
it
Fast
was.
Car. Shout out to Tracy Chapman.
Got a fast car.
Now, I want to know, this is what's wrong. Shout out to,
We've never opened with that.
no, and we should have
What the
done it
fuck?
this week. So next week we have to.
Yeah, all right,
because that
next
is the
week.
jam. Although it's a very sad song,
well,
but it's the jam. I mean, it's in
right.
part of my rant today.
See?
I feel like that black woman, that meme where she's just like,
Tracy Chapman used to be in a relationship with
Alice Walker.
and Alice Walker was, what it sounds to me, emotionally abusive.
Well, yeah, and
Well,
what
it
I
was
know
grooming.
about. Yes, what I know, even like Alice Walker's dynamic with her daughters makes sense of how that relationship dynamic was wild. I'm trying to be very sensitive.
No, can we talk?
Yeah.
Can we chat? Because
we can talk. Yes.
we know and love the color purple. Okay, it is a piece for the ages. At this point, it's bigger than a book. It's bigger than a movie. It is a piece.
Art.
But you got to be some kind of fucked up to write some shit like that. Let's just be very clear here.
Oh
okay?
yeah. Oh yeah.
You got to be.
Yeah, that's not something you just imagineer.
No,
you know
absolutely
what I mean?
not. Like, I mean, maybe some of it, you know, she wasn't around in the 1800s that we know of.
Yeah.
We don't know how. Alice Walker may be a witch. You never know. She could be.
Most studs are.
All right. Well,
Which also, again, fucked with me when I realized that they were together. And I was like, they were sword fighting. But hey.
this is why.
I
this
blame
is why-
Big Jack NYC, and I'm not being derogatory because that's the name of the account. And I hope y'all come on because I've been harassing y'all in the comments.
Oh
to come on the show.
yeah, come on the show. Like, we love you.
Because of course, a meme was like how you can't eat at a stud's house because they use the pot that they used to be able to wash their
No. No.
They be boiling their dicks in the spaghetti pot.
Because let's think about it. Like, do y'all, like, not y'all, not, no, I'm not.
Yes, I know.
But But think, like, black people are clean people. We
Yes.
are, okay? That's
Yes.
why we wash chicken while you all are out here screaming about...
That's why we have washcloths and utilize
Right,
them.
and they're like, ew, bacteria. I'm like, because you wash. My homeboy he said the mantra today is you wash the washcloth.
Yeah. What's so hard about
You
that?
wash the pot. You wash the sink after you wash the chicken. Are y'all slapping the chicken around on the walls? Like, what's the
Yeah.
problem? But anyway, I digress. Black people are clean people, so we boil things a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, oh, toothbrushes, this and that and the third. But you never really go over your homegirl's house for dinner and think about all of the things she could possibly be boiling in a pot.
From fabuloso to straps, you know?
And then, you know, and on Thursday we eat spaghetti. Like,
It puts things in perspective how things are super intimate, like milk, and it's now spaghetti. Like, it is a
well, I
very
can
intimate
assure you
thing.
all, as you come to my house to eat, I've not boiled any dicks, vibrators, or
Me either.
I might boil a toothbrush every now and again.
Can I? Oh, I do that. And I put my toothbrush cover in the dishwasher.
Oh, I boil my toothbrush cover, but you know what I keep in the bathroom? A spray bottle of hydrogen peroxide. And every time I use my toothbrush, I spray my toothbrush and I spray my tongue scraper.
That's not a bad idea. I usually just like put it in the Listerine thing for like 30 seconds, but like, no, that makes sense.
You know, just because it's, you know, it's safe for the mouth. Obviously, you don't swallow it.
No.
That's what I taught. And then, you know, the bathroom. Because the young people are now saying you're filthy if you keep your toothbrush in the bathroom.
So, I'm so sick of young people. Where the fuck are we supposed to keep our toothbrushes?
This is what I said.
Like in the bathroom, like in the bedroom?
Am I putting in the kitchen?
Like where would...
Damn, no, I can't. No, I'm sorry.
I don't know where, like
say
what even... Young people don't make sense.
It's like they make sense, but they don't make sense. Like, I don't want to do not gender wars. What's the generation wars?
Yeah.
You know, because we need them. You know, because like Gen Z is who's going to be wiping my ass when I, you know, like that's going to be my Niecy Nash. So, like, I have to, like, I got. Y'all know Niecy Nash got the spirit of a nurse.
Yeah. Getting on. That's why she did so well on that show.
It is who she is.
Yeah.
Can I just say I love her love?
Listen.
I love her love.
I love it.
But you can't eat no spaghetti from their house.
No.
Black
Girl, come over to the house. It's all right. I'll bring my own cookware.
Now, the sauce was, which sauce pan was
The strap pot.
don't use that pot. That's my dick boiling pot.
That's my dick on the pot.
Always strap when I hit the club. Niggas give me dap, bitches give me hugs. And since I'm paid, niggas be mugging me. You know I'm mugging back. Niggas be mugging me. You know I'm always strapped when I hit the club.
Can I tell you something that's super like weird that I think of often sometimes? Like, and this only happens when like I meet white men. Just not because I'm casually meeting white men, but just like in business and stuff or whatever.
I rarely meet.
No, I know, but like, or just niggas in general. And you'd be like, this your shit in hand. Oh! You know what I mean? It all started from this idea, from this Reddit story called the poop knife story. Have you ever heard it?
You know, I have not.
So there is this person, I don't know how they identify, because you know.
You don't know.
I don't know. So he grew up, he got a girlfriend and ended up going to meeting her parents for like the first time going to their house or whatever. Okay. And, you know, he uses the bathroom and then he's like, all of a sudden he asks me like, hey, where's your poop knife?
What?
And his girlfriend was like, I'm sorry, like, is that like a joke, like from some white movie, like Big Lebowski or something? So as growing up, his family had a poop knife. So like whenever the going gets tough and the tough got going, they used a knife to dig in like a log, like everyone wants a log, you know.
Wait.
You can Google it right now. Look up the poop knife story. I swear, I kid you not.
Okay, hold on.
Poop knife. You all can look it up too. Poop knife.
Okay, hold on. Oh, God. What is a poop knife? I'm so... Okay. Wait, not it... They sell poop knife gag gift on Amazon now.
Because it's one of the most popular stories.
Okay, here we go. Let me see. Not the Museum of Reddit. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to read this for you all. My family poops big. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe it's our diet. They're probably Dutch. But everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Pause. This is about to be TMI.
Oh, yeah.
But no. This, yes. But I will say, this is
Spoiler alert.
if me and Tristan have a particularly healthy poop, we will call one another and be like, I had one of them above the water joints.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what you do as a couple.
But I don't have a poop knife.
The whole point of being in a relationship is to A, be racist together, and to talk about your...
Yeah, to be gross.
Yeah. That's the whole point of being in a relationship. You should hear the shit we talk about. It is like an episode of All in the Family and like Dr. Oz. Like it is like we talk about regularity.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what we say in the comfort of our own home about other people. But
I could never do that.
Yeah, no.
I could never do that. Okay.
That's the whole point.
Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you get the poop knife?" I thought it was standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22. It's been a day or two between poops and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting on your ass and sampling it for an hour. We're going to talk about when you go buy weed from white people's houses because I had to do that for a period of time.
Oh, I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Shout
glad.
out to you, Parker.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
That's like when Mario took me to this place in Queens. Oh, woo.
Also, what kind of...
Sometimes weed does make you shit.
No,
Trey.
but what kind of savage do you have to be to go shit at your weed man's
That's also
house?
true.
Like, what? Like, nigga, hold it.
That's also very true.
Ew. Okay. Okay. I excuse myself and lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one, so I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it.
I say.
Please. What the fuck is a poop knife? Obviously, he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver, a dung divider, a guano cleave. I explain what it is and why I want it. He starts giggling, then laughing. Like me.
Giggles for 8-year-olds.
Lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of them had poop knives. It was just my fucked up family with their fucked up bowels. Fuck my life. I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but used it to open Amazon boxes. She will be getting her own utility knife now.
Run! Cut up, ooh, whore. Cut up, act up, ooh, cut up, ass loose, ooh, cut up, that's my boo, ooh, cut up, ooh.
That's the end.
We got to take a break.
We're not doing Love After Lockup on this fucking episode, like, because now I'm so scared to go to everybody's house. Like, I already was. I don't drink people's milk.
You
know
fear
what I'm saying?
unlocked.
I do fear a lot. I do. But,
Oh my God.
but now I have another.
Yes, it's a new fear unlocked. Like, ooh, I have to be wary of
new
if
fear
you have a poop knife or not. Or that you think having something like a poop knife is okay.
Like, who? We'll take a break and
Yeah, let's take a break.
we'll be back after these fucked up messages.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
A unique Best Buy store is coming to the Charlotte area. The first ever small format digital first store will open in the Monroe Crossing Mall at 11 a.m. Monroe is the only place in the country that has this store at the moment. The company says this will be a new and more convenient way for customers to shop.
And we're back.
Talking about poop knives.
No, we're not talking about poop. Let me talk to you about my rant about New York City now that we're talking about shitty things.
Oh yeah, you're back because you're back.
Yes, I am.
Oh, this is one big poop knife.
It was. It is. It is. New York is one gigantic poop knife. You know, it's really, my mother always talks about once you leave home, you can't go back again. And I thought about that. I thought that was in relation to like San Jose where I grew up. I'm finding that the 15 years that I've lived here, it's like that was a chapter and that was closed. Although traumatically and abruptly, like it was necessary because ever since I've gotten here, I have gotten so angry, like violently angry. Like I had, let me tell you about the people at Best Buy and how ineffective they are at the Union Square location. I'm about to be very Delta work about this whole situation.
Okay.
I enjoy her. Have you ever listened to Very Delta?
I haven't, and you keep telling me like I need to experience Delta outside of Drag Race.
Yeah, and maybe not necessarily listen to her podcast entirely, but she makes a lot of sense. She is very particular about food. And so she had like 3-minute discussion about what ranch dressing is supposed to be.
Hello, because what y'all eat is wet dog sauce. Like,
Well, no, she was like, it can't be too viscous, but it can't be super runny either, right? Because then she was like, it's dip then, and it's not ranch dressing. Because she was like, I need it to be a little runny so I could see the herbs and spices that I know you actually use herbs and spices and not some weird powder shit. And she was like, if it's got a hint of yellow, then I don't know what the fuck you did with it.
I'm trying to see what her birthday is. She a Taurus?
Oh no, makes sense.
She's an Aquarius.
That explains her chaos. She had a whole, there's a very major, large coffee retailer that, we can't really talk about anymore because they are support.
No, down with them. Down with them. Yeah.
Oh, they paid us now, so we could talk about them.
It's done. We don't have them no more.
Yeah. So anyway, she went off about Starbucks not having sugar-free options. This is before the war.
Oh, okay.
And when I tell you, they mobilized.
Are there any of the drag queens talking about the war?
I've tuned out from drag.
The only person I know who has acknowledged, the only person I've seen who has acknowledged it is Jinx.
Oh, they had, because they all turned on Laganja.
What Laganja do?
It's not funny.
Okay.
It's not funny, but so she made a video that's a tourism video for Israel. And it's very Israel, let's get sickening. And she's like the men, all the things that are supposed to be enticing about the state of Israel. That shouldn't be there. But
the business of Israel.
Yes. Israel LLC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's and Mama got drizzagged from the high heavens. I feel like even Bob, and Bob is questionable.
You know what I mean? Because listen, we got to call things.
Can I tell you my new favorite drag queen? And I used to drag her because I thought it was
Maddie Morphosis.
Yes,
nigga. Yo.
She read the fuck out of Trixie, and I was like,
yo. Because Chris will be tagging me in the videos and shit. I said, not Maddie creeping to my top 5. Like,
she drags that little white man be
what?
White person. They're non-binary.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what Bob called him?
I
don't know if I can say it.
You can bleep it out.
He called him a straggit.
Oh yeah, I say straggit all the time.
I can't remember.
Well, you can because I mean that's what they do. Because Batty said they were hetero, just non-binary. Which
they identify as non-binary now.
Yeah, but I also think that's a.
I don't want to. Because it's problematic. Like I be trying to.
I have views.
It's not that I can't.
It's how I feel about emotional support animals. Oh, that's how I liken it to that. I feel like sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's a cry for attention.
That's
and that's no
yes,
shade.
Because the bitch who was on the plane with the Rottweiler and the vape.
Egregious.
Bitch, that is not.
Yeah.
That was not an emotional support animal.
No.
Not the way you was talking to that Rottweiler.
Like I was listening to John on your show this week, and they
shout out to you.
And they made it very plain of what it is and what it isn't. And when you think about, that's why there's so many memes of like, here comes a non-binary telling me what the fuck to like, because it's annoying sometimes because it's like you can tell you are using this as a political agenda to push something that is erroneous or false,
which bastardizes the actual
for people who are struggling and with gender and gender expression and stuff like that,
and have never felt like they had the language prior to 20
until recently, right? So like there are some people, and I can't say like I can't because that's rude. That's like me putting a heaven and hell for people, right? But like there's just sometimes I'm looking at folks, I'm like, I feel like you're just sticking on the race.
I be putting people in hell all the time.
Well, I have to say publicly facing things, but I say, well, I cast people to hell all the time.
All the time.
We got a deal, don't we?
Okay. See you soon.
I did that joke yesterday at PF Chang's. I said it was cool. He was like, I was like, ain't that right, Big Red? Eyes wide.
That will never not be funny. I'm sorry. That will never not be funny. Especially when you stomp your foot.
Yeah. I did it. That's what scared her. But back to this whole thing. New York makes me feel wild. It makes me feel angry. So, Best Buy. Totally. Back to the main thing, right?
Best Buy will infuriate anybody.
I go into Best Buy at Union Square because I have to like do shit, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go meet Mark and Alexis at around the corner. But I'm like, let me go in here because I had to run errands to get these new mics and stuff, right? Go in there, but I'm like, fine, whatever. I go in to get an Apple watch charger, these things which we didn't purchase at the time, and something for my headphones, like a 3mm jack. So my total should have been $17. Okay. Right? Cool. Nothing. No tea. I didn't buy the mics yet. All I was getting the Apple charger, the Apple Watch charger, because they were like the Best Buy versions.
I was like, how the fuck?
I know. I never spent anything less than like $900 at Best Buy. I know. But
17.
Yeah. But I was like, oh girl, this is just for the plan. I just need to get something for my watch because I left my shit at home.
You should have told me. I was just giving you one.
Oh, I wasn't thinking
I
about
got
that.
the 3-in-1 joint that charges your
I
AirPods.
need one of those.
It's
I need
great.
one of
It's
those.
great for traveling.
Yeah, I saw Crystals when I was at her house, and I was like, that's what I need. If Fat Kid Deals would, I should just ask them and then link me. But anywho, I go in there, right? When I go enter the thing, there's a bunch of people going in at once, but they stop just in the middle, where in front of the escalator, to look and gawk around. It's not like some grand foyer. It's not like some like Sistine Chapel.
Every fucking Best Buy looks the same.
It's the same. It's just the escalator that goes up. And they weren't like tourists where it's like they've never been nowhere. It's like, you all speak like you're from Queens. So I was like, are you fucking serious? Can you fucking move? Like, it was just so many F words just flying out of my head. And they all were just like, I'm so sorry. Like,
don't do that.
Don't do
don't
that.
do that when you do shit.
That infuriated me even more. And so then the fine nigga that looked at the top, that worked there, he was like, looked at me screw face, because in my head I was like, see, because then I'm glad I didn't say this, because I was like, now you're being ineffective. Because why didn't you move these niggas along? You know that there's 9,000 people in and out of this motherfucking store.
Do your job.
Do your job. Anywho, I try to look for these items. No one's being helpful because everybody at that Best Buy acts like they don't want to work there. Ineffectiveness.
Everybody at every retail place, unless they own it or it's like a small business, acts like they don't want to work there.
And like, I get it. Retail, capitalism, it's all fucked up. However, this is the cards we are dealt. So motherfucking play. So I'm like, okay, fine. Since nobody wants to help me, I was very Black Auntie about
Nobody wants to work anymore.
So I open up the app and look and find all the products that I need via the app. And they have a map, right? So I was like, fine, look at technology. Shout out to you all. Finally, wait in the line and get up to this lady who's ringing me up. Sweet gal, until she pissed me off. She's like, okay, ringing me up, trying to make small talk. I indulge because I'm trying to be a better person.
Okay.
So then she opens the package and she was like, I'm glad I opened this because this is empty. The watch thing was empty. I was like, oh my God, thank you for checking this out, because I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't know me. I would be very upset. And she goes, oh, okay, well, let me find you another one. She's like, do you know where you found this? So then I was like, shouldn't you know where the fuck I found this?
Ineffective.
So I was like, it was somewhere over there in the mobile. I don't know. So she just happens to just go in the general direction, but I'm watching her as she's looking for it. And she just kind of like, you know how like when you tell children to look for things?
I was going to say she looked like a child or a nigga.
I was like, okay.
I don't see it.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, fine. So she comes back. I couldn't find it. I was like, because you didn't look. And she's like, I'm sorry. I was like, I watched you. You didn't look. I'll go look for myself. I go, and I go back to the place where I found it. They didn't have it anymore. But by the time I'm coming back to say they didn't have it anymore, she was like, oh, I found one over here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'm going to let this benefit of the doubt, whatever. So then I'm looking at the thing, and I was like, did you look at what I was returning or whatever I needed? She was like, yeah. I was like, no, you didn't, because that's not what I asked for. She brought me a whole different type of charger. I was like, this is not for an Apple Watch. We had a conversation about Apple Watches. I am so sorry. I was like, can you find me an Apple Watch charger, please? Because now I'm late for my reservation.
When XD's 5% hits.
So I was like, oh, because my tone kept like, it was getting more curt. And I was like, okay. So then she was like, well, here's the one. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. She rings it up. It'll be $51. Now I said, so is that like total? Like, are you not gonna give me a discount? She was like, well, why would I do that? I was like, why I purposely and specifically got Best Buy branded things so I don't have to pay this amount of money. Why are you why are you upcharging me like 3 times more than I actually paid for, what I wanted to pay for? Well, she was like, this is what you wanted.
No, bitch, what
That
I
was the
said
wrong
was,
thing to say to me.
That's not, that's not what I said.
And I was like, and so I said, you listen to me.
Oh, no.
I said, put that back and find me an Apple Watch charger that is $9.99, or you're going to give me this discount. And she was like, I'm sorry. I was like, get your manager here. I was like, I'm already upset. And I got very quiet. And I'm like, you don't want it with me.
I'm imagining like a Ashley from Abbott Elementary being the person who was helping you.
Yeah. And I felt bad, but I also was like, you're not listening or being attentive or not like focusing on the task at hand, right? Like, I get that you try to save me from walking out of here with empty boxes. Then this whole place would have been a fucking parking lot if I would have left here without it.
This is where you jump.
But then I was like, bitch, find me the fucking thing. Like, I was like, what are you doing? So then she was like, well, I just don't, like, she acted like, for whatever reason, like, she went into this weird accent. I was like, why are you talking to me this way? And I'm like, Kate, I was like, you know what? You have made me late for my reservation.
Give me a discount.
Give me a discount. She was like, well, I can't do that. And I was like, well, what's your name, ma'am? And she was like, yes. I was like, all right, well, it's unfortunate that I'm going to have to tell your corporate about you and your mishap.
I'd like to speak to the manager.
Okay. Hi. You wanted to speak to the manager? What seems to be the problem?
You were the manager? Mm-hmm. Well, you're rude.
Okay.
Was she black? Oh my God, XD. XD.
Let me put, I can't say that.
I know.
Let me put it this way. If she was colored.
Okay.
I'll say that. She was colored. She was brown. I don't know if her particular kind likes American black people.
Oh, okay.
You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And she was of a particular brown hue.
No, this is getting problematic. This is going left.
I tell you, it's my whole thing. I was like, get me out of here. Like, no. I am losing my mind.
No, it's true.
I kicked a car. I had to kick, because this white man almost hit this black lady and nipped her dog and me because he wanted to peel out of a garage thing like a bat out of hell.
See, no.
And I was like, no, I don't feel bad about doing this. Like, fuck him. Mm-mm. Also, like Mark said, Brooklyn's a sundown town now. I don't know who the fuck. I feel like Brooklyn is the one true place I could say, nigga, for really, and without repercussion, remorse, or anything.
No, it's safe.
I'm walking down the street by Barclays, and it is.
Oh. Listen, I lived before they changed it to Atlantic Barclays.
Yeah.
Barclays Center.
I remember when it was just a
Atlantic
graveyard.
Pacific.
It was Atlantic Pacific. It was a graveyard for trains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's popping. It's popping.
They have a Harlem Shake.
That's crazy in Brooklyn.
They have a black-owned spot where no black people be.
What?
Like, I was so surprised.
Is Harlem Shake black-owned?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. They have a red velvet milkshake.
Yeah, what else kind of whites wouldn't do that? Well, no, I take that back. They would. But just the Harlem Shake is black.
Okay.
But also, of all places in Brooklyn, why Park Slope? I guess it's New York, and trying to find a place is difficult.
Yeah, and at this point, Park Slope is.
It's a different type of place, though. Like where we went to. Shout out to. Okay, so I know Jade shouted them out a couple weeks ago, but now that I've had the food, Stella's in Brooklyn, is S tier.
Yeah.
Like S tier. Like
Yeah.
what's the young man's name who owns it?
Dwayne.
Dwayne. How do I not
I
remember
don't
a nigga
know.
named Dwayne?
It's Jamaican.
But
His name is Dwayne.
Dwayne can cook his ass off.
No, y'all don't like.
Man.
You want to go have you just a good proper Caribbean set. Remember all that shit we talked about macaroni pie last week? We meant it.
Yeah.
But Dwayne is the anomaly. Okay?
Yeah.
Dwayne does a proper mac and cheese. Dwayne does a proper curry goat, oxtail, escovitch. I get the house snapper with the Creole sauce that has a little tomato. It's like a tomato-based sauce with like okra and onion, and it's on the whole snapper. Yes, head on.
Jay got the whole fish. I was like, ooh, it got eyes. I was like, this is a real restaurant.
Nikki was like, are you finna be eating something with eyes at the table?
Exactly. The whole time she was at the table looking this way. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like looking at me.
Grow up. I'll be like, grow up, bitch, you're 43. She's like, but your food has eyes. Like, we go eat crawfish, and they have beady little eyes.
That's different.
It's not.
I mean, I don't eat either or.
You don't eat the whole fish?
No. It's weird.
They don't pop. They pop the eyeballs out.
It's still the socket that's weird.
Now, my Nigerian homeboy George Ibu used to eat the eyeballs.
No, like, because I watch Fuck That's Delicious, and they went to Morocco, and they had the whole lamb feast where they eat everything, like the eyes and the brains and stuff like that. Not for your girl, but I could see why other cultures would indulge in that type of thing.
Yeah. Right? I'm not an organs girl.
Me either, like sweetbreads and all that stuff. It's not for your girl.
Not for me.
But niggas was eating it and having a wang dang doodle. This also, I hate when people have like eating challenges on competition reality shows. And it's like, eat these eyeballs and shits when it's clearly a delicacy in whatever country that they're in.
Yeah,
that's really rude. Insulting.
Like people will eat, the testicles and you already know
Rocky Mountain oysters.
But I don't want that.
That's not for your girl
either. Y'all
either.
got to stop calling that. I don't like it's called that.
Rocky Mountain oysters?
I don't like that at all, actually. Like, I don't like that at all. I don't.
If you don't know what they are, those are bull testicles.
They're bull testicles, yeah. I don't want that. No, like, leave an oyster sacred. Like, ew.
Can you imagine?
Nah, I do like a beef heart, though.
That's like chicken hearts. Like
beef hearts are tender. It's like a good tender piece of just good steak. Like I had some good beef hearts at a Peruvian. Peruvian. It was Peruvian Japanese spot. And they were.
That's fusion.
Oh, it's when I tell you, it's a fusion that hits properly. Unlike like I can't say that. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Wait, I'll text it to you.
Okay. But
hold on.
Well, you might as well tell me in the break because we gotta take a break now.
No, we can't because the audio's still going and I just can't have it picked up anywhere.
Okay, that's fair. Well, we also have to come back and tell you all this lovely email that we got with your picture.
What was I talking about? Anyway, yes, I had good beef hearts.
Oh yeah.
It's a terrible blame.
I can't say that. I understand why
you said that. You see why I was like,
yeah, I
can't
say that now. Okay. Let's take a break and
y'all can go catch Life After Lockup on the fucking Patreon.
Yeah.
Because you still haven't told me about your Mary Kay Letourneau down like spiral.
Oh yeah, my thing. Because it also went because I had to learn about Gypsy Rose, and that's what I also didn't realize. Because I was like, oh, she killed her mama. Why is she getting on tour? But then I realized her mama was crazy, and somebody needed to die in this situation.
Oh wait, okay, hold on. Okay, let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Am I sorry he's the father of my children and that we're married and this is the man of my life. No, I'm not.
More than 20 years since the scandal that shocked the nation.
A 35-year-old teacher who had sex with a 13-year-old sixth grader sentenced to 80 days in prison.
They were black. Being anti-black, Black History, but again,
that's not even anti-black.
that's not.
That's just.
Tell you, this is what you get in a relationship. You get racist together.
Oh yeah,
That's
we've
what
been
Ali
in one for a
Wong
long
found.
time. We've been together a long time.
That was the one thing. Ali Wong has made points in her career, because her last stand-up was not for me, but the first two were amazing when she was married and she was
pregnant.
And that's what she said. That's what you do together. You get together so you can be racist together.
It's true, and she was married to a white man, so I know.
No, her first one, she was married to an Asian.
Oh, he was Asian? But didn't she marry a white man after that?
No, she just got divorced from this Asian man, and now she's with Bill Hader.
Why do I think she was with a white man? Is she half white?
No. Because her whole shtick was her being with an Asian man because it was like being with a dolphin.
Okay.
That's her joke, not mine.
I need to go make this correlation, so I'm going to go watch that later.
Because they don't have hair.
Oh, smooth.
Yeah, because she was like, I don't like dating. Because she made the joke about being with somebody like Jewish. She'd be like, oh, I have rug burn, Avi. Again, her words. So, back to my rabbit hole. Wrap it up. New York makes me crazy. It makes me feel weird. I like living in Los Angeles where it's calm and serene and there's, great marijuana. Hold on.
Wait,
speaking of New York, I totally forgot that it's legal here now. Now, now all package stores are legit. So there was this weird drug front on in the Lower East Side, on Clinton Street or whatever. It was a candy store because
they're all the candy stores. If it says candy store, they used to sell weed.
Yeah, now it's a Mr. Exotic everywhere.
Yep. Yep.
I was like, oh, that's how we're
Mr. Smoke.
Yes, that's how we're legitimizing things.
Yeah, there's smoke shops that sell weed. And then you know what else you got to be careful about? You got to go in and be like, is this weed or is this that Delta 8 shit?
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, shout out to hopefully that works out. Somebody tweeted us or hit us up about being a weed partner for advertising. But yes, we would love to be like,
absolutely.
Come on.
We've been waiting for such thing. Yeah. Hello, Seth Rogen. Wait, is he on the right side of things?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, because I don't. Has he spewed any Zionist rhetoric?
He just shut the fuck up.
Okay. Oh well, I'd rather that than the other way.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't love it, but I'd rather.
Yeah. But what is Delta 8?
Let's see what Google says it is.
That sounds like K2. It's a derivative of, is it one of those, there's THC A and THC B and THC?
Yes. Delta
hepatitis
8.
F. I don't know.
Yes, exactly that. Don't allow. What is Delta 8 and why is it bad for you? It's not regulated, so it's that. Which, it's an active ingredient. Okay, so Delta 8 THC is an active ingredient, a cannabinoid of the cannabis plant. But most Delta 8 products are man-made from converted CBD oil. And the biggest risk of Delta 8 THC is that it's not regulated, which means that safety, purity, and strength can't be guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's also why.
Now, in California and Connecticut, Delta 8 THC is treated as marijuana and is sold as part of the adult use industry. So I guess it is regulated there.
I don't like that that's not regulated. But
I don't either, but I also don't want no shit that's like a derivative of whatever the fuck. Like, no nigga, just give me weed.
That's why I don't believe in CBD. I feel like that's a placebo effect. But whatever, apparently it works for people. But number 2.
Did I tell you, my mother asked me what it was? She said, Jade, what's CBD? I said, it's the part of the weed that don't get you high. That's the easiest way for me to explain it to her. And she was like, okay. I said, you know, people use it to sleep, to relax, for muscles,
I used to,
for pain.
for my grandmother and her arthritis before she passed, I gave her the topical.
There are some that are really good.
Yeah.
I did do a CBD oil a while back before bed that was really nice for my body. I will say that. As far as the topical like rubs and stuff,
it wasn't for me.
I can't say that I have necessarily felt any difference.
The only thing I could tell you that has worked topically, but it was THC, and those are those transdermal patches. I don't know if they sell them here. They're very good for.
Probably
I mean,
like
I'm not a person who experiences periods, but from what I understand, they are great for people who experience periods because you just slap that bitch on.
That's so crazy because you've had abortions. I was thinking more of the stairs.
Oh, that's gay abortion. Oh, how could a loogie is gay abortion, honey?
That is the craziest.
When I was in high school, there was one of the only out and proud gay boys named Matt. He was a cheerleader, and that was his one thing. Every time the straight boys, he used to give them straight boys hell because, of course, they gave him hell.
Good.
And he'd be like, every time they cocked a loogie, he was like, "Oh, abortion, huh?" And he would peel off in his Mitsubishi Galant.
Oh my God, I had one too. And ironically, with this conversation, I called her the Crimson Wave. Because she was like a brick red.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a 2003 Mitsubishi Galant. Yeah. Let me tell you about my Galant. Because before my Galant, I had a 1994 Buick Park Avenue. Yeah. They used to stop sometimes. I was in college driving a Buick. And then...
That's wow.
And then, of course, I met a nigga mechanic named Steve who was like, I got a Galant you could buy off me. And he was trusted. So I was like, okay. I thought I upgraded to that 2003 from that 94 Buick Park Avenue.
That in space and size wise, you can finally find parking.
I can parallel park. No,
That's a yacht.
I can parallel park a moving van. Like, I'm good. I can do that. But it was nice to be able to, like, you know, pull up to the mall.
Yeah, not have to worry about taking up 2 parking spaces. Exactly. Or parking all the way in the back of Walmart.
I remember because I was in college with this thing. I pulled up to the racetrack because my Buick also leaked oil.
To the racetrack. Because where else would you go with a Park Avenue?
Buy a bottle of oil. And I was just I had my procedure. I had to do every so often. And niggas would be so turned. They're like, that is sexy. I'm like, it's not a choice. It's not a choice. Like...
In the $22,000 to $29,000 price class, many cars rank above average in initial quality. However, according to the J.D. Power and Associates initial quality study, one car ranks best: Buick Park Avenue.
This is like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. This is not the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah. I'm not trying to be sexy for you.
I'm not Daisy.
Okay? I gotta go to work. I gotta go to school.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, do you know
so
we have
funny.
an Erewhon now?
Oh yeah, I've heard. And it's a cult. I remember I was supposed to bring that back from in 2023. But
we need to bring Erewhon in the same conversation. You need to watch Daughters of the Cult so we can talk about it.
Oh yeah, I need to finish it because I started it.
Because you didn't even get the juice.
Yeah, I started. Everybody has asked us if we watched Daughters of the Cult. Yes,
yeah, I know I've been watched that.
I just started. I was over at Amy Crystal's house and she had it on. And me and Takia were thoroughly invested.
Yeah. When everybody had to start getting ready for the show, I told Nikki, I was like, pause it. Because when we come back, these bitches need to finish watching this. Like, they have to see this part. This part is important.
And it's so wild that you all kept telling me, like, this shit is wild. And I'm like, it's already wild.
It gets wilder.
We have to, and this also, we have to investigate, not even investigate. Every time we watch these things, it exposes the gross negligence of every police department.
Oh, yeah.
In whatever town or county that this shit happens in, right?
Absolutely.
Like Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to have a Yo Sammy Sam standoff at a fucking funeral. That's wild.
Oh,
number
just
one.
wait.
But then I'm like, well, so that's why I had to ask Corporate Barbie. I was like, well, you know, it was the 70s, and so I know it was a lot of outlaw mud show shit happening.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
And that's why I also had to ask about extradition laws, right? Because it's like, again, I'm just gonna flee to Mexico and then, I'll just buy my way out of. But I feel like you can still do that today. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just that access was a little easier. That's when it was still easy to use a little old lady to, you know, traffic drugs and shit in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Now it's so much. God, you gotta like use dogs.
You gotta buy a corn truck.
Yeah. Anywho,
pay off cops.
But right, it's so much more. But yes, I have been. With all that, I have been going down a little rabbit hole of all these things, and that's why I had to find out about the Gypsy Rose lady, because I was watching wrestling, and on not the WWE but another promotion, and there was in the audience, and that's why I was like, I hope this is not like a MAGA type response situation, like you know, like how white Americans love to like purport and Z-Way, like to purport people and put them on a platform that don't need platforming.
Why does she do that?
Can't say that here.
Okay.
So it's still February. Hit me up on March 1st and I'll let it all hang.
Okay.
Not like that's ever stopped me before.
Saying, like...
But no, they're she's a product of the internet, and that's what the internet does.
Shock and awe.
Shock and awe, right? But I was like, what's the story here? And I'm realized apparently that her mama was trying to kill her and her nigga.
Yeah.
And because she wasn't here mentally.
Yeah.
And so Gypsy was like, it's either this bitch or us.
I mean, and valid. Like, what? That lady was evil. She made her pretend all that time to be different.
Yes.
Differently abled.
Yeah, that's like the Jessica Biel movie.
What Jessica Biel movie? Seventh Heaven?
No, excuse me. Where she played there's a movie. She plays.
I honestly didn't know Jessica Biel had ever been in a movie.
It was on Hulu. It's like a real movie. Because she was actually legit acting in it.
Oh, she was good?
Yeah.
She's a Zionist though, so.
Yeah, and her nigga is awful.
And he's a Zionist as well.
Yeah, and it's always still pro Britney, even though I hope Britney need to talk to the lady every now and again.
No, not every now and again. Not every now and again.
Or hold her hand.
Not every right. Like,
however, you still raggedy Justin Timberlake. I'll say that.
No, he is. He is.
But anywho, yes, found out about Gypsy Rose, and then of course YouTube gives you this or TikTok will send you down rabbit holes or whatever, and so that's what I revisited the story of Mary Kay Letourneau. So if you don't remember who she was, she was a teacher who groomed her student, who was like 14 or 15. He was like, I'm in love with my teacher, and they had an intense sexual relationship, and she ended up getting caught, went to jail. She came out and they had a life together.
They had kids.
And for whatever reason, I don't know how she died, maybe cancer or COVID, because she died during the pandemic. And like most people, a lot of niggas died during the COVID that should have. And a lot of people that didn't die that should have. Cosby. So, yeah. Damn, we're so close with that.
Every time.
Anywho, now I've learned that his name is
Colon
Justin,
cancer.
right? Yeah, I think, yeah. So Justin, I believe his name is. Now they have older children.
Vili Fulao.
Vini. Yeah, okay. Because he's what, Filipino, I believe?
He's Filipino.
Yeah. He now that he has older daughters and sons, he's like spiraling in figuring out like, hey, this was not okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it always makes me wonder like how when the dust settles and clears, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm looking up to see what happened to her first husband.
She probably ate him. That's why she had colon cancer.
Let's see. He went on to marry twice more and eventually moved on with his life after the limelight faded. Mm-hmm. The problem is this bitch took his name and then we're still calling her Mary Kay Letourneau.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, anytime he tells somebody his name, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
But yeah, he's having this reckoning, like, what do I do? But then like there's like, if you go on TikTok, there's so many children or people who are now like coming out and talking about how they've had inappropriate relationships with their teachers.
You were raped you were sexually assaulted by your teacher.
Right, but they're coming to terms with that and not realizing like this hot illicit affair I was having with my high school teacher, you know what I mean, is actually not okay.
This is not funny.
Mm-hmm.
But out of the mouths of babes.
Mm.
So Noah loves Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And so like the
she
original
likes the new
Mean
one
Girls.
now?
She didn't see the new one yet.
Oh, good.
So they watched it. They watched it at school, after school, like the kids who were still there. So it's so crazy watching Mean Girls at school. I was like, when did y'all watch Mean Girls at school? She's like, we were watching it after school. I was like, okay. She's like, it's got so many things in it. This, that, pedophilia. I said, Noah.
What you know?
What they're it's a,
oh yeah, she goes to a woke school.
Yeah, and then there's the sex book we had, like, and they have that same book at school. Everything.
Good. Let these children
we gotta talk
know.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Noah, what pedophilia was in Mean Girls? Because I didn't remember. She goes, at the end they said that whatever Tran hooked up with Coach K, and I was like,
Coach Carr? Trang Pak?
okay, you're right. That's an inappropriate.
Oh shit.
That's an inappropriate.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
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 That is inappropriate.
Yeah.
Wow. She just ruined the whole film for me.
I was like,
wow. Shout out to 11-year-old
nuts.
taking
right?
down.
Like what?
You better take down Tina Fey.
But a period in time that would look at what's that movie? It wasn't The Teacher, but it was like the dad. American, what's the face it?
American Beauty.
Yeah, with the roses.
Yeah, which that didn't age well because Kevin Spacey.
You wish you didn't know nothing about nobody?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my homegirl Alexis last night. She was like, as much as rich people and famous they get, like, I can't put anything past anybody. Because she was like, do you ever feel like you're in a cult? And I was like, well, what do you mean? She was like, well, think about it. You're in running this rat race ran by people who have lied to us for decades, right? To stay in power. She was like, all these people who have told us to stay in school, read a motherfucking book, and here they are raping and pillaging people.
It's true.
And killing people and doing and embezzling money and all this good stuff while they're telling us to stay in school and be a good person. While meanwhile they're not. I was like, that's very true. That's culty, right?
I've been militant since I was 6. and I got my GED. So
yeah. Not everybody is.
No, but you're right. No, but it's
fortunate.
true. No, it's true. It's true.
And you just be like, oh my gosh, I never really thought about that. Like, well, yeah. And I don't ever want to be like that Hotep. You'd be like, we're all in a simulation.
On the other side of things, I mean, we are. And LA is a special simulation. But also, this is ignorant disclaimer alert. I be having thoughts, right? Because I hate capitalism and I hate that that's the world that we live in and I hate that that's the nation that we live in, but this is how it operates and it's like I've got to be able to take care of myself and you niggas don't make this ethical and it's just like I try to live my life like as good of a person as I can. And I don't feel fully sucked in by this because I'm not fooled by the powers that be. But then I'd be looking at my brothers and sisters who really be grassroots for the struggle. And I'd be like, but you always like, you gotta pay your bills.
Yeah.
And it's you know, it's a weird place to be.
Yeah.
It's a weird place to be.
I did a panel for John Paul and Joho show. It was Shar, Tre'vell, and myself.
Yes.
And Tre'vell said something very poignant. They were like, I don't want to be down with the struggle all my life now. Like, I hope she was, they were like, I hope some of these young ladies uplift and fight the good fight. Because at some point, I'm just going to have to live my life and be regular.
I don't like it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Because it's like this fight shit is for young people, right? And I get like holding on to these morals and like you hold on to as much as you can, and then as you get older, you realize I just want to be happy, and I just want to be, and I want to rest, and I want ease, and part of that is I'm just gonna have to let the young people fight the good fight. They're our future. My future is donezo, right?
I'm trying to be like Willie Nelson or Annie Lennox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
also, shout out to Annie Lennox
for being the only.
Being the only. Because also, that is the most Sinead O'Connor thing to do.
Hello, Sinead O'Connor was down with the system.
Calling out, that's what made her famous. Calling out nasty-ass Catholics for touching little boys.
Absolutely. Sinead did not play none of these games. And she called it what it was. And they didn't like that.
No.
And tried to blackball her and all kinds of things.
Tried to kill it too.
Did. Let me tell you, we're going to have us a conspiracy episode.
Yeah.
There's a couple people I know didn't die by the way that they said that they died. And I'm not just talking about Jeffrey Epstein. I'm talking about a whole lot of folks.
Yes.
Well, that was another episode of Life After Lockup. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, well, that was us catching up and having a random moment talking about poop knives, because that's what this episode's called.
I knew you was going to do that.
Absolutely.
Can you call it a fecal cleaver?
A fecal cleaver. That's funny. Yes.
That is funny.
Yes. Thank you for all listening. Also, shout out to the listener Megan who gave a little artwork for Jade. If you're on Patreon, oh no, it's everywhere. You can see it. Your cousin is wilding on
stop
television.
calling him that.
No, I have to discuss. All of your cousins are wild. He's getting booed because of bad booking decisions.
Well,
and his daughter is being ineffective on your other cousin is being ineffective on a wrestling program.
Stop.
But then your other cousins that you aren't aware of, Jay and Jimmy, the twins, they're cooking with gas right now. And the other cousin, Naya. You are all related. I'm going on a wrestling podcast next week, and I'm so excited to tell you all. But yes, thank you for listening. I know. Go listen to Affirmative Black Shit. I mentioned them last week.
Yes! Incredible name.
Yeah, they've dropped their first episode this week. Go listen to the Trauma Queens podcast as more great stuff. And there's one more thing I had to shout out. I think it was I'll remember somehow. Not if we'll put it in or I'll mention it somewhere on Patreon.
Yeah.
But yeah. Till next time.
Bye.
All right.